Welcome to our Wednesday meditation gathering. I'm so glad you're all here to share this time together. This week we have Lia Steinson who will lead us in meditation, and then we have 20 minutes of silence. After that, we'll open it up for sharing and we end at 10:45. Over to you, Lia.
Good morning, everyone. I'm going to begin with a prayer, so I invite you to close your eyes and just really enjoy the words of this beautiful prayer. Dear God, we are gathered together in your name that we may be of greater service to you and to our fellows, to our brothers. We offer ourselves to you as instruments. We open ourselves to your creativity in our lives. We surrender to you our old ideas. We welcome your new and more expansive ideas. We trust that you will lead us. We ask you to unfold our lives according to your plan, not our own low self-worth. Help us to believe that it is not too late, that we are not too small or too flawed to be healed by you and through each other and made whole. Help us to love one another, to nurture each other's unfolding, to encourage each other's growth and understand each other's fears. Help us to know that we are not alone and that we are loved and lovable. Open your eyes when you're ready. I'm just going to focus on those last words, that knowing that we are loved and lovable. And last night I also had a meditation group, and I'm going to focus on the same lesson because it feels so right. It's lesson 189. I feel the love of God within me now. The Course doesn't talk a lot about feeling the love, and I find this lesson really significant. Mostly when we talk about feelings, we can be thinking about our negative feelings, our painful feelings, which the Course teaches us, are simply messages to us that perhaps we've been thinking wrongly. When this lesson says, I feel the love of God, it's not one of those transient feelings. It's something that's at the depth of who we are. Love is who we are. God is love. We are love. Love is God. And for me, love is, well, sure, it's what the Course is teaching us. Love is everything. Love is the journey. Love is the destination. Love is the experience. Love is the connection. Love is the oneness. So for me, this lesson just really brings us that place of realizing that despite the amount of time we do need to spend studying and learning and understanding the teachings of the Course, ultimately, perhaps during, what it's all about is love. It's about that experience in our entire being where we feel filled with love, expressing love, channeling love, passing love through us. Do you all see what I mean? It's about it. All of the Course, all of these millions of words, is actually about the experience of love. We need to work with what gets in the way, what stops us from experiencing that love. But today the focus is about really that deep experience of it, remembering this is who I am love, and I feel the love of God within me now. I'm just going to read the first paragraph of that lesson. There is a light in you the world cannot perceive, and with its eyes you will not see this light, for you are blinded by the world. Yet you have eyes to see it. It is there for you to look upon. It was not placed in you to be kept hidden from your sight. This light is a reflection of the thought we practice now. To feel the love of God within you is to see the world in you, shining in innocence, alive with hope, and blessed with perfect charity and love. And that's so incredibly beautiful. Feeling the love of God within us, experiencing the light, pure light of love that connects us, or doesn't connect us, because that suggests we might have been apart. It's reminding us, awakening in us the truth of our oneness. And I'm also going to read to you this beautiful paragraph that begins, simply do this. I'm sure this is a paragraph that many of you find familiar, and it's probably worth reading every day, several times a day, because it's so beautiful. And it helps us to get into that experience of feeling the love of God within us. So maybe close your eyes again. Simply do this. Be still and lay aside all thoughts of what you are and what God is, all concepts you have learned about the world, all images you hold about yourself. Empty your mind of everything it thinks is either true or false or good or bad, of every thought it judges worthy, and all the ideas of which it is ashamed. Hold on to nothing. Do not bring with you one thought the past has taught, nor one belief you ever learned before from anything. Forget this world, forget this course, and come with wholly empty hands unto your God. Just feeling those beautiful words inside of us, and remembering that we are not separate. There is no gap between us. There never has been. We are safe. We are enough. We are love. Feeling ourselves joining together, feeling the love of God. You might like to open your eyes again with a few more words before we go into the meditation. This lesson began with words about the light, and I'm going to invite us all in the meditation to experience the light, to actually go beyond our experience of being a body, of being in the world, of connecting with past or with future, of being absolutely here in this present moment now, and letting everything fade away, using those moments at the beginning to let go of the world, to be completely present, to be in the love, to let the love fill our body as if they were really here, perhaps, experiencing that we are light. And if we're light, we're love. It's all wound but woven together. So this meditation is going to be about feeling the love of God within us now. So I'm going to invite you in a moment to close your eyes once again. Some of you still got them closed. Today is a bit like an ongoing meditation. You're closing your eyes again if you haven't done so already. I'm just going to gently guide you into some thoughts, kind of thoughts we think with God, into visualizing, into letting go of past and future and being present. So let's begin by taking a few deep breaths. Use your breath to help you let go of the thinking the ego takes us into. Feel the words "I forgive you" in your mind and heart. You don't have to direct it anywhere in particular. Just feel that expansive willingness to forgive the world, to forgive each other, to forgive yourself. I forgive you. I bless you. I let you go. You might say it one or two more times. I forgive you. Sometimes it works to simply say, I forgive, without directing it at all. Just living that eternal moment of forgiving everything that ever was, that ever will be in this illusory world. I forgive, I bless, I let go. Now beginning to go more deeply into this present moment. Feel the light and love in your heart. You might be aware at first of a gentle glow in your heart. As it grows, the light begins to fill your whole being. And the light is around you. And as you let this light expand and grow, so the awareness of your body subsides. There is no body. There is only light. And the light is radiant, vibrant. All awareness of your body keeps disappearing, dissolving. You might be able to see a vast ball of golden light that expands. It fills the entire inner vision of your mind. This is the light of love, the light of God. It is everything, indivisible and pure. And we are all one within it. And let the light grow stronger. You might imagine yourself rising above the world, above planet Earth, and seeing the Earth surrounded by light too. Until it also disappears. And only light is left. And our whole universe disappears into the light. There are no edges to this light. It is infinite and eternal. It is God. And us in God. No separation. Holding that vision in your mind of the light, shining, uplifting and beautiful. Feeling the love, peace and joy of our essence. And then bringing to mind the words of this lesson today that we're working with. I feel the love of God inside me now. Let's repeat those words in your mind, deep the light. Using the light as your holding energy. Those words resonating within the light. And each time you say them, let them become more sincere and profound. I feel the love of God within me now. Slowly, with meaning, realizing as you say them, their truth, the wonder of feeling the love of God inside us. Gradually fitting those words to your breathing, rising and falling with your breath. I feel the love of God within me now. We will be together in this silent time, feeling the love of God within us, love for each other, for ourselves, all one.
Open your eyes slowly and come back into the room. We have 15 minutes left for sharing your reflections and your questions. If you'd like to speak, raise your hand or use the reactions button at the bottom of the screen, and I'll invite you to take yourself off mute. And if you'd like to ask Lia a question or comment with confidentiality, put your message in the chat function at the bottom of the screen, and I'll read it out. Who'd like to share? I don't know your name, Samsung, but please share.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Donna. Hello.
Hi, Lia. That was such a lovely meditation. I could really feel myself going into the light and almost leaving the universe behind and staying in that light. And actually, I suppose I would have had glimpses of that before, but I really meditation. It was so gentle and living. Lesson that you were going through was you know, it was pure love. My question is, how would you recommend to get back into that place when you have been triggered by somebody? And you know, there's such a human aspect to us, and we go, you know, well, I can go straight into the ego and get overwhelmed with it and maybe react.
I think we lost her.
We lost Donna, but I think she's nearly finished her question, so that was good. So yes, it's a good question too. I think that I suppose it's obvious, isn't it? We'll all know we're studying the course that the first recourse we have, the constant one, is forgiveness. But I think I'd like here to get a little bit further back into how we actually deal with that triggering. Because although it's going to be really important that we work with forgiveness, when we're feeling really triggered, the last thing we want to do is to forgive anybody. Yeah, we're completely in our egos. If we're triggered, we're in reaction, we're being upset, we're in judgment. To go from judgment and upset into forgiveness is not usually possible for anybody. What's needed is, I find, a bit of a journey, and that journey would be founded in awareness. You have to see what's going on, see what we're doing, see what we're thinking, because otherwise we can't really deal with anything. So the foundation for me, in the work that I do generally and with individuals, is dedicating ourselves to becoming aware, to becoming conscious, so that we stay more and more in our true selves with a capital S. You know, that we're there in that place where we observe, where we see what's happening. And when we then drop out temporarily into a reaction or a judgment, we can very quickly then see it. And from that conscious place, that aware place, we can make the decision to let go, to forgive, to move on. So that I wanted to really stress is for me the most important thing, is to know that however dedicated we are to the course, if we're in big reaction, if we're really triggered, we're not in that place going to be saying, I forgive you. We might just about manage to squeeze a couple of those words out, but often we want to kill people. You know, we hate what's going on. We're upset. We're angry. You're in there. You're not going to forgive. And I was rereading Kenneth Wapnick's book. Was it Kenneth Wapnick or Kenneth Gorman, who wrote the books on the parents and children, our toughest classroom?
That's Wapnick. Yeah.
Wapnick, yes. Yeah. I mean, I just rereading the second one, and he being a a therapist too, he talked about this. He said you can't when you're angry or upset, you have to deal with the anger and the upset. Yeah, you might want to express it, talk about it consciously, not just rant or be angry directly with somebody, but you've got to deal with the upset. And when you've more or less dealt with the upset, you might not be completely there, but when it's calmed down, when you've expressed it, when you've been heard, when you've you've got through it a bit, you can wake up again. You can say, whoa, yeah, now I can do the forgiveness. Now I can forgive myself for judging, for being angry. Now I can forgive the person or event I feel upset with. Do you all see what I mean? I think it's really important, because otherwise people feel inadequate. They feel they've failed, because in the middle of this being really angry, they think I'm supposed to be forgiving here, but I can't. I'm angry. So that is a really important thing, I think, to remember. You have to go through this little journey, but the more aware you are, the more you live in this place of awareness, which is the same as saying you live in your observer or your witness or with the Holy Spirit. The more quickly you can see what you're doing, and then the Holy Spirit can help you to move through it fast. If you're not able to live in an aware place and be an observer of yourself, then you could spend days, months, weeks, years in your anger, in your resentment, in your judgment. So well, I think the answer is work on your awareness. Know that you need the tool of forgiveness. It's absolutely fundamental. But you've got to learn, be dedicated, have the intention each day to see what's going on, so that you can use the tool of forgiveness. I just want to add another little thing here that for me I found really important too, is that there is there's a lesson, I forget what number it is. Today I will judge nothing that occurs. And this for me is a really, really important lesson too, because if we really get inside that, if you never judged anything, would you need to forgive anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, you wouldn't, would you? So, and I think that not judging in a strange sort of way is actually part of forgiving, is part of the whole whatever it is, this beautiful ball of light that's about seeing the truth of life, seeing the truth of spirit, and not getting involved in the world. So that if we are determined not to forgive, sorry, no, not to judge in the first place, and wouldn't that be extraordinary? Then we could say every now and again, okay, we lost the plot with not judging, so we'll forgive. But if you can bring together in your lives, all of us bring together in our lives, the dedication to being aware enough not to judge, and if we do judge, forgive. With those two things together, we can really genuinely live this life of true love.
I agree. I agree.
Who'd like to share? Angela, take yourself off mute, and then Linda after that.
Thank you, Leah. Absolutely wonderful. And a continuation of yesterday evening's wonderful meditation. So I'm still glowing from last night and continued this morning, because it's such a beautiful being led into that lovely place. And my mind did keep wandering, kind of observing, well, how are my grievances now then? Kind of looking at things or situations or people and checking out. But it's almost looking for evidence, but I know it's not about that. So I kept bringing myself back to this lovely glow of just knowing love, because it's impossible to see two worlds, isn't it? I can't see the both at the same time. So but my mind does wander, and so I just have to have the discipline of bringing it back. But that was such a beautiful meditation. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you, Andrew.
Yeah, I'd say the same. Thank you very much. You did beautiful meditation. Gave me time just to calm my mind down after being busy earlier on. So
Yeah.
it's cool, just where I needed.
Oh, that's good. Hmm.
Thank you.
I do find there is great value in the saying words at the beginning of a meditation that take us into the thoughts we think with God. It makes it, I try to make a transition because it's quite hard, isn't it? I mean, does anybody think it's fabulously easy to sit there and be silent in your head for 20 minutes? Nobody seems to be saying it's fabulously easy. I mean, it isn't it? It's really hard work. So I think we need a lot of help. Yeah? And even with a lot of help, we've still got times when our head returns to some sort of thing like what we're going to have for dinner or whatever. It doesn't matter how many years you've been doing the course. And I've been doing it a very long time, doing meditation for a very long time. It's still the hardest thing I ever do in my life. It's the most beneficial, the most wonderful thing, but it's the hardest.
Yeah.
So yeah, anything that we can do, that we can read, that we can give to ourselves to help us to really settle deep inside of us, we really, really need that. Because everybody looks like, don't they? If you open your eyes a little bit during the meditation, everybody looks like they're in perfect peace. But really, for everybody, there's work going on, isn't there? And you've gone off somewhere. And does anybody not go off anywhere at all during that meditation? Stayed entirely focused the entire time? No, you probably wouldn't want to say anyway, because you might think everybody think, well, how can she or he do it? But anyway, just acknowledging, yeah, meditation is really important and it's really tough, but it's so worth continuing with it.
Okay, Linda, would you like to share?
Yes, thank you, Leah. It was amazing. This is what you've come up with today, because I've been going through quite hell lately, and yesterday I thought I was on a breakdown. But during this 9 weeks, I've had opportunities of feeling the love of God, absolutely, so that I've absolutely extending it. I am it. And like I said, yesterday was I thought I was having a breakdown, and then all of a sudden it cleared. And this morning I woke up and I wrote this. I felt the love of God within me when I woke. I bathed in it. I felt the love of God a few times recently enveloping me. I am love. Love is, God is, I am love. My goal is God. A little willingness to want to give up all the pain and want the peace of God. And what's been happening is I've seen it after your meditation today, that what's been happening is a gift. It hasn't finished yet, but the love that I've been feeling and what your meditation today is just a confirmation. We're all on the right path.
Yeah.
Thank you, Leah.
Thank you, Linda. That's so beautiful. How lovely.
Yeah, there's my
Holy
little book.
Spirit made sure you were here today so that you can continue with the feeling. I made the distinction a bit earlier, and I think it's helpful to remind ourselves that when we talk about feelings, nearly always we're talking about painful feelings. And even if we're talking about happy feelings, all these ordinary feelings that we experience come and go. Nothing just stays there, does it? It's all coming and going. But what's so wonderful about the love of God is that it's permanent. So it feels to me like when we do a meditation like that, we're just reconnecting with what's always there. So it's there inside of us constantly. And then all kinds of stuff comes on top, fear, anxiety and anger and worry and all that. But the love of God's still there. It's not one of those things that comes and goes. It's eternally, fully, completely, shimmeringly, fabulously there. So I think let's just remember that. All we've got to do is plug in. You know, when you think the electricity is still in your house, isn't it? Whether or not you've got your computer plugged in, yeah, it's still there. So you just think, oh, I need to plug in my computer, and you put your plug in, and the electricity runs through. It's just like that. The love of God is eternally present. You just got to plug in. Yes.
Yes. We're totally loved, and
Yes.
that expansion is for everyone. And I don't, when I'm feeling that love, I'm not contained in a body. It is completely everywhere. I'm not a body. It's not contained everywhere. But it's not like that all the time. Don't think that's all the time.
No, of course not. Nor for me. But remember the awareness thing. You know, each day try to have the intention to stay aware, to see what you're doing, what's happening, what you're feeling, and see if there's anything you need to do about it. Keep really present, see it, and then you can plug back in again. Thank you.
Okay, we've come to the end of our time together. Thank you, Lia. That was a wonderful meditation, and I'm going to listen to this again. It was beautiful. And take yourself off mute, show your appreciation to Lia.
Thanks, Leah. That was lovely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
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 Thank you.